everyone.
Hey everybody.
Welcome to Adobe Live. I'm Melody, I'm your host, and I'm here with Jennifer Alt, and we are here for day 2 of UI UX Design Week. I'm super excited to have you back.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's good to be here again.
Yeah, yesterday was awesome. If you missed it, be sure to check it out on the replays tab. But we have a great week for you with a bunch of awesome, talented UX designers. So let's take a quick look at our schedule. So at 8:30 we have Howard doing the XD Daily Creative Challenge videos, and then at 9 we have Jennifer, hosted by me, and then at 11 we'll have Jill Rosenberg, hosted by Danielle Morimoto, and then at 1 we'll have Ainsley Wagner, hosted by me again. So be sure to stick around for all those design streams because there's some really awesome projects that they're working on.
You learn a lot.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And then there's also the XD Daily Creative Challenge going on right now. If you missed it, Howard is doing streams every day before our streams start, and we'll go over the day's challenge and kind of give you an overview of what to expect for that day. And today's challenge is to do advanced prototyping on your music player app that you've been working on. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I love prototyping on XD. It's really fun. You can do auto animate, voice prototype, overlays. Yeah. There's so much you can do.
It's so fun.
Yeah, it's
and there's
really
always
fun.
new features.
Yeah, exactly.
Rolling out.
Yeah, it's awesome. So if you guys have been working on those challenges, you can submit today's challenge if you get it done before our stream is over, which is hard, I know, because there's not much time, but
you can do it. I'm doing it. You can do it.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
So if you do get it finished, you can submit it to our stream, and we can give you feedback at the end. And there's more information on the challenge tab on behance.net/live. So you can just submit it on Behance, and then we'll give you feedback at the end. And yeah, I'm excited. And then we do have a daily chat and win again. So in about 30 minutes, if you're just active in the chat, you can have a chance to win this Moo hardcover notebook.
Ooh.
Yay! It's really nice. So
very nice.
Yeah, all you have to do is just be active. If you have any design questions or anything, please ask, and Jennifer and I will answer them.
Yeah.
Yay! So I'm excited.
We're excited.
Yeah, let's hand it over to Jennifer.
Hi everybody. If you are just joining today, missed me yesterday, I'm Jennifer. I'm a UI UX designer based out of Austin, Texas. And let me kind of just recap from where we were yesterday, if we can switch to a presentation. So day 1, we did UX research and wireframes, and today we're going to kind of do a little agile design sprints in UI design. Specifically from yesterday, we talked about user personas, what that entails, what the research looks like for that, how you can find ideas for implication. We did a little card sorting, talked about that, and how you use that to develop your wireframes. So today, with Agile and UI design, the main purpose of Agile design is kind of quickly test your concepts and see if they're going to work, and to see if you can modify your design on the low fidelity stage before you implement all your really nice, sexy design and prototype. We're going to talk about mood boarding and how you can draw inspiration for that for the visual of your app, and then also just dive into the UI design.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah. So the app we're designing is called Thrill Seeker. It's a concept I created where you match your adrenaline level and your experience level to adventures. And then the main problem here is just how can you find these adventures, how can you go on them with limited research, and finding an expert to take you, and how can you just live your life to the fullest. I have a quick little video to show you guys to kind of give you an idea of what the user might want to do and their feelings about this app, and just kind of set the premise of it. So, video of the year, best mountain bike shot ever. Let's check it out. We can start it up a little. It's like a slow promo. He's gearing up, getting ready for his big day. Let's see. There we go.
Something happening here, but what it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there.
Looks fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared that he's gonna fall off like the cliff
Yeah.
or something.
When you think of mountain biking or BMXing, I didn't think it was so extreme, but
Yeah.
when you're at
Oh my
locations
God.
like this and jumps like this,
Whoa. That is so cool.
you know, when you look up thrill seeker in the dictionary, it's anyone taking advantage of an extreme sport that involves physical risk. So I definitely say this is up
This
there.
definitely does. Wow.
Yeah,
He's really good.
he does. He makes it seem so easy though.
Yeah.
Young people speak in their minds. Are getting so
Yeah.
much resistance.
There's one big jump, and then we'll
Oh my
kinda
God.
switch out. Like this one right here. Woo!
Oh my God.
Yeah. So this is like our user, right? This is someone who enjoys lots of extreme sports. You want to stare death in the face,
Yeah.
so to speak. Yeah, so let's kind of go and see where we left off from yesterday. Kind of talk through the screen. So we designed a few screens, and let me kind of show you one by one where we are. So the first one is the home page. This is kind of where you're in the application. You want to search. You want to search either by location. It'll automatically fill in where you are at the moment. If you're on location, you want to find something nearby. You can search by your type of thrill, your experience level. You can slide it between novice or pro. We also talked about your adrenaline level. There was a few ideas thrown around how we can display this, so we'll refine this today. On the lowest scale, don't hurt me. On the highest scale, stare death in the face. We talked about this little heartbeat monitor, and I love it, but I feel like it might take up a lot of real estate. So you guys, if you have other ideas, maybe a little beeping heart, or actually like a heart of anatomy, maybe we can use that. For the second page, this is where you're actually searching for your type of adventure. For this app, we're just doing scuba, skydiving, ice climbing, snowboarding, rafting, and surfing. We'll have little icons for each one, and then you can kind of go to that feed and find individuals who have that. The next page is where you're kind of syncing to individuals. So the main point of this app isn't necessarily to book adventures specifically, but connect with individuals to go on that adventure. So together, you're gonna get the gear, you're gonna go on your journey together, and then sort out logistics one-on-one. So it's really about the connection. And then this page is once you click on the individual profile, you are taken to their specific window where you can learn more about them. You can message them, you can heart them if you want to reference them later. You learn more about their bio, how long they've been a member of the app. Maybe that gives more credibility. They've been using it for a while, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You can see their different sports, these will be icons for the different thrills, and then their experience level for each. Some kind of scrolling system for the adrenaline level, any kind of certifications that may have, because if you're going on a venture where there's physical risk, you want someone to take you who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. I would not trust someone that would not have those certifications if I was doing something like that crazy.
Yeah, definitely. So you want an expert. And then there could be a little section where previous people who've synced up with that person for a thrill rated them. Maybe just show 2 for now, and then we can have a little click read more, where we'll kind of spit out some more information. And down below, we also decided through the chat that it'd be good to show some videos and photo of them going on existing adventures, so it gets a little inspiration and get those butterflies going.
Yeah.
Let's see. The chat window. So once you decide, yep, this person looks great, I want to go on an adventure with them, you click on their message, and then you have a quick little chat feed for two-way conversation from one another. And then you can also go to a full window to see all your previous chats. Maybe you're hitting up a couple different people for different type of adventures, and this kind of just keeps everything a little bit organized. Let's see what else. A different way to kind of search is maybe you just want to search by location. So once you click that, you can have a little window, and instead of having specific spots where the adventure may be or the thrill may be, it's just going to show where the user is. In general areas, because we talked about in our user research that we don't want to give away secret spots or local knowledge, is like they call it. So this is kind of just an overview where things may be, and then when you're scrolling in, say maybe you get 20% close to location, instead of having to scroll all the way in and click on each individual profile, it'll kind of pop up to all those individuals in that area. So automatically, boom, this is like people within the 20-mile radius. And then let's see. And then another way you can search is by specific experience level and adrenaline level. So say on the first screen, you just like want someone who's a pro at snowboarding and their level's high and yours is too, it'll kind of just quickly match you. And then you can just email each other.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. So let me know if you guys have any questions about that so far. What we're gonna do right now is kind of just prototype this real fast and kind of see how that would flow and see if there's any areas where we can streamline the design a little bit before we start making it look really pretty. Hi everybody who's just joining.
Hello everyone in the chat. Jorge, Diego, Daniel, Tim, Masroor, Brienne.
Hi everybody. Awesome. Okay, so in the first screen, to prototype in XD, you kind of just switch the tab over here. It gives you a little tutorial if you're not familiar how to do it. Basically, you're grabbing a little swivel and connecting to the different pages. Okay, I got it. Let's try it out. So since we have different flows from the first page, let's actually sync specific spots. So location, if you click on location, it's gonna take you to the screen. If you click on thrill, we're gonna go to the thrill screen. Say you click on any one of these, it'll go here. Once you find your individual person, we'll go here. And you can also change your type of transactions, the way you want it to swipe or overlay. We can really get into that on day 3. Today we just want to generally test how it's gonna look. Let's see, if you want to message the individual, it'll go to the message feed here. And then say you want to see all your messages. Can you prototype symbols? Like when I click on the symbol, it'd always go to this page?
Yeah. Oh, symbols? I'm not sure. I think you might have to do each artboard.
Okay, like for example, the footer, when you put message, it's always gonna go to the message window. Let's see.
Well, I think we can try it.
Okay, let's see. That would be really handy. Okay, we'll just do one right now and then we'll test it when we go in. Let's see, what else are we gonna do? So, location search. Once you scroll in from location, we'll go to location zoom.
Oh, the chat is saying that the first two, this one didn't connect to the screen.
The thrill options?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. There we go. Thanks, guys. Let's see. Okay, I think that's good. Let's test it out. So you're on the home page. Let's do our first flow. You want to go by location. It'll kind of pop up here. Once you kind of zoom in a little bit, it'll go to, oh, did that one go?
Oh, I don't think that one might not have connected either.
Okay, let's see. It's nice because you can see both screens and do it at the same time. Okay, so yep, we found a location and we zoomed in. We see all the individuals in that area, and then if we want to learn more about them, let's say this person, click to their profile. All right, we learned about them. Great, let's send them a message. Great, we're doing our adventure. So we need to find a way to get back to the home page, and I think that should be the search on the bottom.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the main symbol here, and testing out symbols always work. I guess this one can't really connect to its own page, huh? Let's try this one. There we go. So another way to do it is if you just set your adrenaline levels and say, let's do it, you'll go to your match and find it right there. But I wonder if the search will work here. Yeah.
Yay.
Awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So that's like a quick way to prototype, and when you're done with this stage, this is a good place to stop and hand it off to your team to kind of review, get some more feedback. You can also have notes in your prototype from your team members, so you can quickly see, like for example, I already know that we probably don't need this hamburger menu. There's not a lot of content on this site. We're just kind of doing the simple connections. So I think on the bottom, that's enough. So we can probably get rid of that. So they can just put a comment about that. Profile and settings. Maybe you go in the profile and instead of having settings button here, it just has edit window on that screen.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe that's not needed. So you get quick feedback and then you can quickly revise your design before you move forward. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and you can also, if you want, do like early usability testing as well. So
Yes.
have someone like go through the early motions of the app and kind of get an idea if things make sense, and then you can get feedback and then move on to the final.
Yeah, that's a good point. Awesome. Okay. So now that we did that, I think there's some things that I do want to fix real quick. So hamburger menu, I don't think that's necessary for this application. So switch back to design mode and kind of delete that. Once you delete one symbol again, it syncs everywhere, which is really great. Do you think settings should just be embedded in their profile?
Yeah, would that be the only like settings that they could change? Or,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I think it would make more sense in the profile page.
Okay. Well, let's do that. And
But what if they like they want to change their like location, or I don't know. That's like a tough question, because what if there's like settings for the app itself that they want to like adjust?
yeah, there could be.
I don't know, but maybe they can get to it from the profile page.
Yeah, I think when you mentioned for location, it'll know. Maybe it already knows where you are. So that's default.
Okay.
You know, I'm in San Francisco. What's nearby? But if you want to go to the search page and specify something different, then you can maybe do it there.
Okay.
And a back window, I think that would be great to have right here.
Yeah.
By default, to kind of always kind of go back where you were previously if you choose not to use the bottom navigation.
Yeah. Mikhail has a question. The message button is the main function on the profile page. Why is it so small and so close to the like? It'll cause a lot of misclicks.
Yep, that's a good point. So today let's like clean up all those little areas to make sure there's at least 7 to 10 millimeters. I think it's like standard space around it. So yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Yeah, thank you for pointing that
Yeah.
out. And then Masroor is asking if there's anything for animate element on the artboard based on time in XD, like After Effects. There is the time delay if you go to the artboard, and you can set like seconds if you want. Once it moves to the next artboard, it'll wait and then like go to the next artboard. If you want to do like animations, that's like a cool way. Or I think for the voice trigger, you can do like the timed delay. So I think that's the only time option right now on XD.
Okay, we can play around with that. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking, guys. Let's see. I do have a back arrow here. Let's kind of take that one and move it up. And then double click so it goes into your symbol. And you can move it up this way. Great. So we have back window. Let's see. We also talked about having a social feed, but I don't think we want people leaving the app,
Yeah.
So as soon as they see that, I think they're going to be inclined to go to Instagram or Facebook.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so I removed that actually from the profile page and then just kept your guys' feedback suggestions about just having them upload images into this specifically. So everything they would want would be here. And thinking back to our users too, a lot of them didn't like a lot of traditional social media anyway, so I think that kind of like solves both problems.
Nice.
So let's delete the back arrow from here because we're always gonna have it on the top. And let's separate these. We can move this individual over.
Thomas is asking, how did you get those blue overlays showing?
So you hold on a PC, I don't know, Control Shift and let me see, I have to kind of do it. The apostrophe, So on a Mac, I think it's just Command apostrophe.
Yeah, or you can click to on the side where it says grid. It's the layout grid, so you can click that. Or if you want to be quick,
See right
you can
here.
do the
Yeah, the
shortcut.
command.
Yeah.
Once you guys start learning commands, your life becomes so much easier. It's like playing the piano on your, and you can just like the workflow.
Yeah, I've been like working on learning the keyboard shortcuts because there are so many and it's hard to memorize all of them, but I've been like really trying.
Yeah.
And it really helps.
And especially with XD, you don't have too many tools on the left, so
Yeah.
if you can get these down, copy and paste, you're golden.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's separate out the icons so we have more space to click. Let's see. What else did I discover? Back arrow. And also something else to notice on mobile devices, you're not going to have a hover feature. So you have to think about that in your design. How are you going to design certain elements to showcase this is an active button, this is disabled?
Yeah.
Maybe change of color or sizing or a combination. That's a good indicator.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So let's kind of just start designing this. When I'm done with this stage and the designs have been signed off and we're good to go, you kind of start with mood boarding. So this is a great way to kind of get inspiration from other designers and just ideas online. You can use Pinterest or just Adobe stock, whatever moves you. And this is just a good overview to show a client, this is the vibe and the tone that I want to set for this app. And then in this, you can also think of, you know, what type of imagery, what type of angles you want to use, what type of fonts, colors.
Yeah, those look really awesome.
Yeah, so I like the dark UI. Let me know if you guys think that would be cool too. So like this bottom screen, I kind of like how the back's a little gradient.
I like that too.
It's really fun, but you have to also make sure that it's legible. So that's the trick
Yeah.
with this type of design.
Exactly.
So in the middle screen, they do a good job of combining maybe that as well with a different idea. You know, some dark UI colors on it. And let's see, different type of imagery we might want to use. I like the bold fonts used on both of these examples. And also it's a good way to kind of see, like when you're picking your color palette, let's kind of do that now too. What are these, what color kind of complements all these type of imagery? You know, it seems like most of these have a blue, gray, and white. And the purple is kind of nice too. Maybe it's like more of action, like emotional kind of color. So you want something kind of contrasting for your call to actions. For example, these screens used a dark magenta.
Roman's saying dark UI all day.
Yeah. Okay. Looks good. Thanks everybody. Whoa, thanks. Okay. So let's start picking our colors. So this is a sample UI style guide. You want to kind of set your color swatches, your fonts, how your buttons are going to look. And this is like one of the things you would deliver on your handoff to your development team. So we kind of revise this as we go. So first up, for colors, let's kind of do the eyedropper and see what kind of colors we might want from this screen. I think that would look good.
There's also a new shortcut for the eyedropper. If you just push the eye keyboard, it'll, if you have something selected, like the square, yeah, and then it'll like pop up with the eyedropper, so it's really cool.
Okay, so you have to have your item selected first,
and then push I, and then it'll just pop up.
Oh, great. Yeah, those look great. So it's good to have kind of, you know, colors in the same family, like darker versions of each other. Let's see what else we might want to use. I like this background because it's not quite black. Let's see, did it take it? But it's a nice, good dark color. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's really dark, yep. Let's see.
Mikhail's asking if there's rounding options for individual points in vector edit mode or if it's only for rectangles. And I think you can, if you double click on any like sharp edge, you can make it round. You'll just have to like double click on it and then it
on
should,
any object?
I think if you're using like the pen tool or if it's like a shape, that has like a sharp edge, you can make that round. But I don't know.
Like this? Let's just try something.
Yeah.
It's like something unique.
Yeah.
And double click.
Yeah. So like double click on one of the blue. Yes. So double click one more time on that one. And
Okay.
then it like becomes round.
Yeah, it turns
That's
into a
what
little
my-
swivel.
Yeah.
I think what you're maybe asking is, you know how the square automatically has the round and kind of pulls it all
okay.
uniform?
If that's maybe
Is that?
maybe that's what he's asking.
I think maybe
don't
that's
know.
what he's asking.
Yeah.
But I think that'd be tricky with the design. I don't know, that would be a neat feature to have if you can't do it.
Yeah. If you want any features added on XD, you can go to the user voice website. Maybe Tim can send the link, but if you have any things that you want XD to have, you can submit that and people can vote on it, and then the XD team will look into it and start working on those features.
That's a fantastic option because you guys are really thinking about the user who, you know, you're designing a user experience tool
Yeah.
for user experience designers.
Yeah, it's cool.
So it's great to get feedback and actually implement into the product. So way to
Yeah.
go, XD.
Yay. Bojana's asking where you found this UI style guide.
This was actually on Behance. I have the artist's name here. Give him some credit. Vivek Popat. If you go to Behance, sometimes designers will put some free UI kits or different tools online and you could download. So that's where I got this from.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so we have some nice grays here. Don't think I want that. These are probably too similar. And then maybe I don't want this color. I want to use this one. Okay, I think that might work. We can always revise it. So once you like certain colors and you want to use it, just select them and go over to your symbols section and let's see on the colors part. And you just add them,
Yay.
just like that. So typography, let's see what fonts do we want to use. Sometimes I like to just design the fonts on screen and see how they look. And then if that works
Yeah.
for the first screen, then I'll kind of just use that throughout. So let's see. Search, double click that. Maybe Roboto, because that's one of my favorites.
One of my favorites too.
Yep, and I think is it standard on material design? It's either that or Montessori. It was like the standard. Let's see, font color. If we're gonna do dark UI, let's go ahead and flip the background. Oh, that's weird that it pulled it on some screens.
Oh. Was it from a symbol?
Oh,
Or
maybe I
like
accidentally
you're
threw
on
it in a symbol, yep. Yep, I'm in my search symbol. So let's see, maybe the main background could be this dark purplish blue color. Put it in the background. And then it's good to have your header background and your footer background a little bit darker than your main background. So let's click that one and maybe do this darker shade. And then we'll double click this one. The background here. And as well. Ooh. It's getting moody already,
Yeah.
I like it. These buttons, let's make them almost the light purple. And Thrill Seeker, we'll do that one light as well. And so the background for this, maybe it could be like a light gradient and maybe not a gradient, just a lighter gray color. And then should we make it a little opaque? So now our images are kind of missing in there. Let's change our fonts first so we don't lose them when we add the color. So. I think we're freezing up.
Oh no.
I told you guys I was an aggressive typer. I look like.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
it's
perfect
chat
timing.
and win. Yay, perfect timing for chat and win. So everyone in the chat, let us know where you're watching from, because I always like to see where people are watching from. We have
Same
a
here.
huge global audience.
Yes,
so
there's
let us
people
know,
everywhere.
And you might have a chance to win this notebook. Yay.
Awesome.
And we will be right back. Yay, we're back.
We're back, everybody.
Yay. Ooh,
Everyone's just
Orlando.
joining. Fingers
Yes.
crossed you're gonna win.
Yes, good luck. So this is a Moo hardcover notebook, and it has flat lay technology, which is
It's
awesome.
beautiful.
It's really nice.
I love the different color pages
I know.
inside. So if you have something really important you wanna know to remember, that's
Yeah,
nice.
it's really cute. And you can pick whatever color you want if you win. So good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
Germany, Belgium, Bangladesh.
Win, win,
That's
win.
so cool.
Welcome, everybody.
Yes, thank you all for being here. I know like
Pew,
the
pew.
time is probably it's probably really late for some of you.
Yeah.
So thank you.
We appreciate it.
Ooh, we have a winner, Roman Warren.
All right.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Yay. You're gonna be getting one of these notebooks. Awesome. And then if you did not win, you can still get 15% off of a Moo purchase if you go to moo.com/Adobe Live, I believe is the link. Yeah, so you can get 15% off. Yes, thank you.
Moo's
so
great.
that's the link, yeah.
I love their paper quality.
Yeah, the business cards are so nice.
They have really neat effects where you can do embossing and foils
Yeah,
and gloss.
It's
and
really cool.
You get really creative with it.
Yeah.
It's a new way to take your design more tangible.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, so check them out. Yay.
Awesome. Okay, so we are going to edit this. Search, yep, that one later. Actually, let's do this. That looks good.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonder if this search is too light. Do we like that? I think that looks.
It's a little hard to read search.
Search, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's double click this one. We don't want to board on it. Oh. When you have so many grouped items, it's really tricky to see what you're
really
clicking on. So legibility is important. Let's do that. Okay. That kind of works. And I think that font's good. Okay, so we can say that could be our main H1, H2. Let's pull up our styles so we can set them. Let's rearrange this over here so we're not swiping too much. Making you guys dizzy. Okay, the slider. How do we want the slider to look? Maybe a little light. And then this color here, we can change this one, it's purple. And maybe we fill it without a border.
Yeah.
And novice can be a little brighter. That's a little brighter that way. Let's see. So for all these, I want to match I think we're doing that little command. Boom. Great. And we're also going to change this color. So I think I like this one already. We're going to create a character style. And you can just click on each one you want to follow that style and click on it here.
Yay, that's so quick and easy.
Very quick and easy. And then once you have it all kind of set up, you just play around with everything, see how it works. Maybe the font needs to be a tad bolder. So instead of regular medium, it's a little easier. And then do you have to push it? I don't think I took it out everywhere. Oh, so you actually have to edit in your styles,
right.
not on screen.
Yeah.
So let's do that here. Edit, and then we want to switch it to medium here. There we go.
Oh, that one didn't.
There we go. Great. And we'll use this style as well when you're on screen. And then the weight of this should be a little bit bigger to match the one on top. So I think the struggle I have with this, I love the concept of the heartbeat, but you know, we want to talk about that adrenaline level here on this screen with a bunch of people. So if we have that up for every person, that might take a lot of real estate.
It would take up too much space.
Unless we made it real small, but I think I might lose the impact.
It might be too hard to like, see.
Siraj, adrenaline can be just the jagged line with heart icon that slides left to right and turns white to a saturated color. So jagged line with heart icons that slides left to right. So maybe you just, so if we slid this, what would happen when I got here, you know?
Yeah.
That might be kind of weird for the user, you think? I don't want it to necessarily go like this.
Yeah.
I mean, can XD do that? Maybe that's something you build out with your micro interactions team.
Yeah.
That would be really neat.
That would be cool.
So let's just see.
I bet you could animate it, but I feel like you would need a lot of artboards on like each.
Yep, you'd have to think about timing.
Yeah.
I don't know how, if that will slow down the app or anything like that. We don't really want to do that. Maybe it's just really small. And maybe we just put it towards the end.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's do that.
We could try that.
Let's try that, guys. Because it's cool. I don't want to necessarily knock it out, but let's try to see if we can make it work a little better. So, the border.
Oh, Siraj is saying slide in a straight line.
Yeah, I think it needs a slide in a straight line too. Like a follow path. So say we move this towards the end. Oh, since this is a symbol, I'm gonna move just this to the end and double click. So say we do it like this. I think it's kind of diagonal. Yep.
Ooh, I like that.
Does that look better?
Yeah.
And what color did we have for the slider? Like a white, like a gray? It's not taking my border color.
Oh, the opacity is down.
Gotcha. Here we go. Let's fix this. Oh, there's like a little swivel here. Can I delete that point? There we go. Perfect. So say it's something like this. We can just slide the heart. Think that works better?
Yeah.
So the most adrenaline level would be here. My heart's beating really fast. And then, no.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make this the same color as that. And then again, we'll have a color line here indicating where you are. Let's do this. say another line goes from here to here. Same weight. And the color purple. Okay. Something like that. So we can slide our novice or pro, that's your experience level, and adrenaline level this way. So this probably doesn't need the box here. That wouldn't make sense since it's just a title for this section. So we can kind of get rid of the box itself. So this needs to look more like a title for this area. So maybe all caps would work.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a quick way to change case instead of retyping it?
There's a plugin called Change Case that you can use, but there's no like quick shortcut.
Okay. All right, let's try
there
this.
Was.
Experience. And let's see. And then same for adrenaline level. It's not going to be a drop down or anything because we're doing the slider system. So let's get rid of that and then just copy and paste it.
So Anton, hi Anton, he is
Hi.
saying that he wants to know how he can learn designing, and I think watching these streams is a great way to start
I think
learning.
so too.
Yeah, that helped me learn a lot by watching these streams and just watching other designers and their process.
Yes.
Their thought process, their design process, everything. And you can like design along with them or participate in the daily challenges. I think those are both great ways to practice. You can learn XD and learn some design skills, and I think that's a great like first step.
Definitely.
If you have any other tips.
Yeah, there's lots of tools online like UX Pin or different video blogs you can go see.
Yeah. There's a lot of great YouTube videos, like Medium articles.
Yes.
There's a lot. If you just search like UX design beginner or like how to get into UX design, there's a ton. So I would recommend that as well.
Yeah. Good luck. You can also reach out to other designers sometimes too. A lot of people are willing to share their expertise, so don't be afraid to reach out.
Yeah, the design community is super nice, so I would also recommend doing that.
Definitely. So let's see. We're using Roboto for all our fonts. Yep. Say this could be a specific style. Let's add that one. And then our call to action button. We kind of want this a bright color. And let's make it bold. Maybe not too bold. A little medium. I want it to be legible. I always kern my font out for call to action buttons, so it's a little easier to read. Let's see.
So Roman has a question for you. What app are you currently using that has great UI?
What app am I currently using that has great UI?
Yeah.
I think Lyft. I've been using it every day since I've been here.
Yeah, I like their UI.
It's very simple. It knows exactly where I am. I just have I enter where I'm going and select a ride. So you're only clicking 2 buttons to get to where you need to be, and then you're done.
I know, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, another thing I like is you can select like where you want to be picked up, and sometimes like certain places have like destinations, like, and Lyft already knows those places, so you can like select which one's like closer, and so I think that's cool that they do that.
And being able to see the driver and where they are too also is really neat. It tells you that the app's working and someone's on the way.
Yeah. If you have, if anyone in the chat has some apps that they love and has great UI, let us know.
Yeah.
I personally like Spotify.
I love Spotify.
Has great UI.
It does. Yeah. It's very simple as well. So you just have your main navigation on the bottom.
Yeah.
And what you're playing.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then there's a feed of information, so they don't overclutter it.
Yeah. I think the bottom menu used to have 5 like sections, and then they changed it to 3, and I could not remember what 2 they removed. So that like means that
You didn't
They're
need
doing
it.
their job. Yeah, you
Definitely.
didn't need it, and yeah, so everything you need is like right there. So.
And that's the good thing about you know, user testing and user testing.
yeah.
You can see what's actually being used or what you don't
Exactly.
need and constantly streamline and modify.
Yeah.
So sometimes designs always set in stone, they evolve.
Yeah.
You know. I think this is looking good. Okay. So let's change the color of this button. Yeah, maybe I make them a little bigger to kind of match this. So tiny.
Alex is saying maybe you can put down the messages and like underneath the name. I think on the profile page.
Put down the messages and
the like button underneath the name.
yeah, let's see on the profile page. Underneath here.
I think that's what.
Yeah, we can do that. So I also have icons where I wanted to put the type of sport or thrill that they're into. So that might be more than these two buttons. So that's kind of why I chose to
Yeah.
put it here. Unless he means right under the photo.
Oh, maybe.
Have you used tiny cards? The micro animations are awesome. I have
Never
not.
heard of tiny cards.
Nope, I never heard of that.
Matthias says the new Gmail update with added interactions is pretty neat.
Neat.
Yeah, I like the loading envelope that they have.
Mm-hmm.
That's only interaction.
Yeah,
missing, but I
those
think
little
it's
moments
cool.
of delight
Yeah.
are fun. It's like if we had, that's what I want for this little, the heart rate to kind of move it up. Let's make this heart a little bit bigger so it matches the dot above it. Let's see. It's 24 by 24. Let's kind of make this one the same. Actually, let's make the height the same. Great. All right. And maybe we can space this out just a little bit more.
Oh, Tiny Cards is by Duolingo.
Oh, neat. Okay. Oh, I need to ungroup my
Oh.
key grid. So repeat grid is good for setting it up, but once you're ready to start going in there, you kind of have to break it apart. So let's see, let's space this section out a little. So you can search and you can just type in a person if you want. I think that's the main thing for that search. Location and thrill. Thrill would be, you know, like more this window. So setting those filters. So maybe when you click on it, this would actually pop up.
Ooh, like an overlay.
Like an overlay, you can set it. And then I think maybe you should have somewhere on the top where it shows what filter you just chose. And then same with thrill. So we might have to make some real estate where we can actually have those filters on the top.
Yeah.
So let's bring this, let's group these together a little differently. And bring them down. And then, and search and location and thrill are kind of different. So maybe this window needs to be a different color.
Oh.
Maybe a little lighter. You know, because it's not quite the same as your filters. You're manually just typing it in.
I would maybe change the color of the
The search now?
Yeah. Or maybe try, I don't know, like a lighter color maybe?
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh.
Maybe white is what we want. I think
Is it
I did.
behind the.
I think I did the opacity on everything.
Oh.
No. Let's see. Arrange, bring it to front. It's so
When
light.
it's like grouped together, is it like on top of the search bar? Like if you go to the layers panel, maybe you can see how oh, it is at the top. That's weird. Well, maybe
Maybe I
the
just need to.
purple wasn't that.
Yeah, maybe that's
'Cause
just not the best color for
yeah.
it. Maybe it just needs to be white, the actual search box. Yeah, something is making it all opaque.
So Ravina is suggesting for the heart, like flat line, to have a flat line and the heart beating and the BPM increasing as you get to the end and making that like an animation.
Yeah, I would
that would
love
be
to
cool.
do that. I don't know how to
Yeah.
do that in XD,
Yeah,
but yes.
maybe we can try it tomorrow.
Yeah, we can get
Yeah.
experimental. I
Yeah.
think that would be really cool.
I think it would be fun.
Yeah. This guy's giving me a hard time.
Yeah, I don't know why that's not.
So opacity is all the way up. It's set to white. When I put it, yeah.
Oh, maybe this rectangle has something to do with it. Can you try maybe make the fill like from the fill of the artboard this color?
Ooh, how do I do that?
So you can head over to that white color
Mm-hmm.
and then
gotcha.
select.
So let's go to my
this.
styles.
Maybe that might help.
So fill.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great way instead of doing each page. No, I wanted it to be this color. Will it do all artboards? Let's see.
No, I think you have to do it one by one.
That's actually too dark. This one.
Yeah, and then delete the rectangle that you had.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yep. One by one, we'll have to do it.
Oh, or did that not do anything?
Yeah, it did it.
Oh, it did? Okay.
But we're still having a
The
problem with
search
this
is
one.
still-
Maybe you just need
strange.
to have the search bar straight on flush to the top.
Maybe.
Let me see each page. Would we want to search on each page? Because we have the search icon on the bottom, which is going to go to the home page
Yeah.
to search.
I feel like we don't need it on every page. Maybe, like, I think the main page and then the thrill seeker, that makes sense to have search if you know like what thrill you want to do and you don't want to like scroll through.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's make this white.
Abdul is asking, what's the difference between user testing and usability testing?
Usability testing is when you're actually testing the application and seeing how it functions.
Yeah.
And user testing, I think it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, I think user testing is like a more broad term for different ways you can like test users, I guess. But I feel like, yeah, and then usability testing is like specifically testing if your product is usable, like readable, understandable by the user. But that's a good question. I feel like they're pretty similar.
I think so too. I think there's a lot of areas that overlap in that.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking. Okay. So the search.
There's about 36 minutes left to get your designs in for today's XD Daily Creative Challenge. So if you've been working on them, please get them submitted so that Jennifer and I can give you some feedback. And today's challenge is to prototype the designs that you've been working on for the music player app. So we would love to see them. You can use auto animate, voice prototyping, overlays, or
Play around with it.
Yeah. So definitely get those in if you've been working on them.
Definitely. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna come back to this guy. I'm gonna make this a little bigger. Okay. We are going to have ooh, I figured it out. We have him in there. Yay.
Yay.
All right, so we got our colors, we got our search icon. Okay, great. So this little space right here is where you're gonna have your filters once you select them. And then we have our location and then our thrill here. I think that looks good. Awesome. Okay, so page 2. Is this a symbol? Let's make this a symbol. Actually, if this is an overlay, you can overlay just a section of your app. So we don't have to redesign the search on every page. So we kind of just remove it from there. So let's get some really awesome images for scuba skydiving, ice climbing, snowboarding, rafting. And we can go over to Adobe Stock. And Adobe Stock's great to find anytime images. You can get UI kits, you can get icons, anything you want.
They have a great library, and I feel like it's very specific. When you search for something, they have it. And I feel like with other like photo websites, if you search for something, like maybe the first 5 things will be relevant, and then the rest are like not really relevant. But I feel like this
Adobe Stock is great too because it doesn't look stocky.
Yeah.
They look like real people doing real experiences in real time.
Yeah, because a lot of the stock photos are so staged.
Way too staged.
I don't like using those, and like even for like the faces of people, or I don't know. I personally want someone relatable in my designs, or like someone that looks like a real person.
I agree.
I feel like some of those pictures are like
it's too much.
Kind of funny, but
yeah.
And
I think you could search by color too, color palette in Adobe Stock, which is really neat.
Yeah.
So these are kind of going to be our hero images for each one. So surfing, let's see what would look really awesome. We got 3 here. I think this one looks pretty epic. Let's save it to Thrill Seeker. So I have a library set up in my Adobe Stock, and you can sync those within XD. Yeah. Let's see. We also have. Maybe we should do rock climbing. That one looks pretty
so
insane.
Scary.
And I love that it's a female too. We gotta have a little bit of everybody in there. Okay, let's do that one. Rafting. Since it's a little square, we can maybe show this one or this one. I don't know if can you tell this one's rafting? It's far right.
It's kind of too small.
Too small. Maybe this one would be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good. Let's do that one. Let's see. Ice climbing. This one looks pretty crazy.
It does.
One little wrong clip with the ice pick and that'll go down. You can go ice climbing on like frozen waterfalls. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Big thrill. Okay, we're gonna do that one. Scuba. Let's see, skydiving. This one's pretty fun. Let's see, scuba. This one's really cool, but I also feel like maybe this one's staged. There's like a little shark here. It's like too perfect.
I think the one on the left.
This one?
This one looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so let's go back to XD. And how do we get to our libraries quickly from here?
I think, let me check. On file, I think it should be up there. Let me find it, sorry.
Yeah, no.
I don't remember where it is.
I'm gonna start setting these styles.
Oh, it's on file and then it says open CC libraries.
Open CC libraries. Move that over just a little bit. Awesome.
Yay.
Great. Okay, so we can easily just drag and drop. So let's find our scuba image.
Christina is asking if it's necessary to be good in visual design in order to be a good UX designer.
I don't necessarily always think that's the case. There's a lot of overlap in UI and UX design. I do both because I work for myself, so I kind of have to, I don't have a big team. But when you have a big company, a big team, there are people who just do only UI design and only UX design. A lot of times the UX designer are only doing the user research, user personas, and wireframing, and then testing that out. So just like we showed earlier today, the agile testing, doing all that. And then they would hand over their designs to UI to tackle that part.
Exactly. Yeah, I think you don't need to be a good visual designer. I think it's helpful to know like a little bit about that, but for UX, I think it's mostly about understanding the user and really like having empathy for them, and I think that's really important. And doing like wireframes, like design thinking, like the beginning, like user research, testing like competitor like apps, like looking at that and doing like heuristic analysis. I think like all of that like research kind of stuff is more like UX, I think.
Definitely. Yeah, I would agree to that. But it's good to know visual design too, to take it all the way.
It helps a lot,
Okay, so we talked about this one. Oh, so it's dragging all of them.
I think you have to ungroup the repeat grid. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then this was skydiving. So let's find our skydiving image. Skydiving. That one's cool. So I think it's pulling all my libraries, not necessarily what I just purchased, but that's okay. This one's pretty awesome. Oops.
I think maybe you can go back to when the squares were blank.
Oh, when they're blank all the way?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then ungroup the repeat grid, and then do like selecting one by one.
There we go. Yep. Skydiving. Let's do that there.
And if you have like a bunch of squares and you don't want an order to the pictures, you can select a lot at the same time and just drag all of them, and it'll drop onto all the squares that you have selected. But I think in this case, each picture is like specific, so it's like better to do like one by one.
So when I get really designy, like these two both have the sky and the horizon. I feel like it's too similar, so I like to kind of break up how they look.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Rafting. We like this one. And surfing. Let's do...
So Alex is asking, what happens when you click the Let's Do This button? Is it like a submit button? Or...
Yes, it's like submitting all your filters. So whatever you would click on the first page, whether it's setting your different locations or your thrill or just submitting, sliding your experience level or adrenaline level, Let's Do This will sync you to individuals. So you'll go to either this page if there's a bunch of results, but if you're spot on, it'll go to...
the match page?
Yeah, this one where it says we have a match. Yeah. Awesome, I love seeing the color in it already. So now that you have your images here, you might realize that some of the styles you're to pick don't necessarily always work. So that's kind of a challenge too when you're overlaying type on imagery. You want to make sure it's consistent across the board. So the white one looks good there, but not necessarily on this page. So maybe we can either change the color through all of them, or maybe find a different image, or maybe we just have a little bar behind it.
Yeah.
What do you think would look better, Melanie?
I feel like you could either do above the image, but then it wouldn't be like a grid or like so much of a
nice grid.
But yeah, you could do like a thin bar at the top.
Okay, let's try that. So,
or maybe you could do that like blurred overlay that you saw on your mood board.
Let's do that. So maybe this. Can you blur just a section?
Yeah, I think if you go to background blur down there.
Ooh.
And then you can, if you scroll down a little bit, you can make it darker. Yeah.
Yes, that looks great. Okay. And then let's bring this to the front.
And you can also make it like more blurry if you want, or you can like customize it. However.
Yeah.
But I think that's a cool little feature.
Great, I like it.
Tim says when drop shadows aren't really an option.
Yep, definitely. Okay. I like it. I like it. And then I can set this as a style, so if I want to play with all of them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do that. There's a symbol. Symbol. We're gonna call this background blur. And then make sure all of them are set to background blur. Great. So if I change how opaque it will be, it goes on all of them. Let's see if this one took background blur. You can also right click and highlight on canvas and see where your images are. So that one didn't take it. Okay. So UI design is all about just getting pixel perfect. Pixel perfect. How are we looking on the chat? You guys hanging in?
Yeah. If you have any design questions, let us know.
Let us know.
So for those circles, what are you thinking of putting in there?
I think for the circles, I want to have icons for each of these thrills. So we gotta think about a scuba icon, skydiving, ice climbing, because when you go to the profile page, you want to quickly see that they're in those sports instead of having images real small.
Yeah.
So it's two ways to kind of identify your thrills. We have a question: is it possible to move images, short looped videos in the big or the squares?
I think in the background. Is it
Yeah,
possible to have moving
background.
images or short-lived videos in the background or in the squares?
Can you embed
I feel
video
like,
into XD?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
You can't, but you can like import this into Photoshop and add a video, or I don't know. Well, you can if you want to have it like on an iPhone and like record your video, but I don't think you can put
Like
another
embed
video
code,
onto
yeah.
here.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
XD.
Okay,
let
Tim's
us know.
saying you can't embed videos yet.
Not yet. Only GIFs.
Or GIFs.
Or GIFs. Okay.
Yeah.
But you can simulate where you would want a video. So maybe you take a
Yeah.
screenshot and then you put it in your design. So when you hand up to developer, be like, this is what I want to happen in this section.
Yeah.
So still think about video in your design. It's good to
Yeah,
incorporate
you can
it.
always have like a little symbol or something that says like this is a video, or I don't know.
And video right now is really huge for analytics and SEO for sites.
really?
You get a lot of like higher rankings on different
that's
websites if you use
interesting.
video. They actually rank it more than just imagery.
Oh wow. Cool.
So for marketing wise,
Yeah.
use video.
Nice. Oh, it's also Tim just posted the user voice link, so that means people are already asking for that
Great.
feature.
Cool.
So hopefully that happens, because that would be really cool.
That would be neat. Okay, so now that we have like little arrows to go to the page as well, like the whole image obviously will click, but sometimes people need to know where on the image to click. We're gonna move it up to this bar.
Oh yeah, that'll make it like stand out even more.
Yes. So it's gonna be this light color. Oops, not that.
Oh yeah, Adriano's saying you can export your XD file to After Effects and edit video there. That is true.
Yep. I love After Effects. That's another fun.
I'm still like a beginner
Software.
in After Effects. I really need to like learn it and like.
There's so much.
practice
It does
there.
look very overwhelming because there's a lot of tools.
Yeah. But I feel like it's really powerful and.
Yeah, it's very fun to use. Okay. And it's down here. And we got one more. Let's move this over for now so we can get a bigger screen. So once you start putting overlaying all your elements, you realize that this is too bundled up next to this arrow, so you might have to change your design styles a little bit. So you can right click, highlight this symbol. Or maybe it's not a symbol yet. I think it should have been this one. So let's edit this to make it a little bit smaller, say 14. Yeah, that gives a little space to breathe. And then maybe make it a little more bold. And we want to space it out just a little bit. Maybe a little more. Okay. So get rid of this. Let's see. We lost our surfer in this photo, so now let's kind of like recrop. See how that works. Nope. We might have to find a new one.
Oh, yeah.
This one, let's crop that differently. That's pretty awesome. Let's see about this one. Okay. Let's go back to our Adobe stock. We need a new, actually our libraries, right?
Oh, yeah. You can see if you have any surfing pictures saved.
Mm-hmm. So we need a new surfer. Maybe this one? Yeah, that works better.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool.
Awesome. I think the icons are gonna be very tricky for these, so let's kind of. I did get another kit, so.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so but you can dump in your. I have to probably open my icons one by one. Let's see. Nope, we'll come back to that one. That'll take a little bit of time. So let's see. So we have our user profiles here. We are not going to use this little, let's ungroup this. Simple anymore. We're going to do this guy, which looks pretty good. And let's flush it to the left. Let's also make sure we fill the background to match everything. And then I had a bar there, which we don't need. So let's grab our whole slider over. Group it, bring it over here. I didn't take my heart. One more time. Okay, perfect. So here's this guy's adrenaline level. I also thought about, having this preview show each individual's experience and experience level per thrill, but that's a lot of information. So maybe if you just saw what thrill they're into and their adrenaline level, that might give you an indicator what experience level they may be in. And then when you view on the next page their profile, you can see more specifically.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
So let's do this. And then I don't know if we need to have our labels here on the screen.
Oh, before you delete, or if you're gonna delete those, make sure to unlink the symbol because then it'll delete it from the other page. But I also agree, I feel like the user already knows what the sides mean and they might not need to see that.
Definitely.
And it'll save space as well.
Definitely, okay. And then these icon colors, let's do this one a little bit lighter. And then the heart. So since this heart is different than this heart, we want to maybe change the color so the user understands it has a different implication. Yeah. And then this font, let's do Roberta. And then location. We're gonna use our neat plugin afterwards to kind of change all this up.
Oh yeah, the content generator? Yeah, that one's really cool.
I love it. Okay, this looks pretty good. So let's delete the rest of these. Now's the time to kind of fix spacing alignment before we do the repeat grid. So I think that works. Maybe we need a little more space here. I think that feels right.
Yeah.
Okay, group it. Let's repeat grid. And then ungroup it, right, before our plugin?
Yes.
Maybe we need a little more padding in between each individual. And then maybe these can go up just a little bit more.
Ravina is saying, can we just have a circle filled at different levels for thrill level? Do you mean like instead of the heart? Or
I think she means so the circle, so say if a circle is scuba, like maybe it's filled halfway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would be really neat.
That would be cool.
If it's so small, I just want to make sure it's legible enough, but that's a neat idea.
That's what I was thinking too, because on a phone it's like even smaller also. But that's a really cool idea.
It is a cool idea. Let's see, maybe we can do one and just see how it would look if that's enough. But then again, if the color's overlaying the image, I don't want it to be too busy, you know, on a little dot.
Yeah.
I love that concept though. Okay, so ungroup this repeat grid. And then I have to ungroup this one individually, right? Everything has to be
everything
ungrouped.
has to be ungrouped.
Okay, so finalize the design before you get to this stage. And then even all these symbols need to ungroup. So we're gonna do circle, circle, circle. And then go to our plugins, UI faces. So I want a little bit of everything. Apply faces. Great. We have just some guys in there. Let's switch it up. We need some ladies as well. Plugins, UI faces. Great.
Yay, cool.
Okay, so now I gotta get rid of these little icons in the middle.
Oh, Ravina's saying she was thinking instead of the heart line for the thrill level.
Oh, to have the
circle filled at different levels.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Then the circles would have to be really big and take up the little interaction. I'm hoping that this is gonna be moving. So just imagine when we're using this, it'll
move.
That's the kind of feature we want. But I love your suggestion.
Yeah,
I appreciate the input. Okay, let's see. Now let's change all the names.
Yeah.
So since we have two guys here, let's do that one until it's a male name and then flip it for female. So content generator, too fast. Plugins, content generator, male, great. And then female name. I love these plugins.
I know, they're so easy. And you don't have to like think about them.
Yeah. Just made my life so much easier. Rapid prototyping, guys. This is good. Okay, so now we want to do locations, content generator. Oh, text sample.
City or country?
Let's do country. And then, it's all left aligned. Let's do that. Here we go.
Juan is asking, what plugins do you recommend for beginners? Oh.
Well, I like the ones that I'm a beginner. I love the content generator and the face generator.
I do too. I think those are like really good, useful ones, especially for a beginner. You can just have shapes, and if you want to input any images. There's also one if you don't want faces, but you want other pictures. There's one called Photo Splash. So that one will show, it kind of grabs it from Unsplash, which is like a photo website that you can use for your design projects. And you can type in, like any, like if you want cat pictures or I don't know, flowers or whatever you're looking for, and you can input that into an object that you have, like a shape or something. So Photo Splash is also a good one. And then keyboard shortcuts is also really good for beginners. I love that one because I can't remember all the keyboard shortcuts.
We talked about that earlier,
like I was saying. So if you want to remember them, it basically just has like a library of all the shortcuts, and then you can just search like, oh, what's the shortcut for this? And then it'll like pop up.
So do you have to do like Command S to pull up the search window before you do it?
Well, there's a shortcut for the plugin.
Okay.
And then you can just like search. So I don't know. Yeah, so if you want to download that one's a great one. There's a lot of good ones, and they're always adding new plugins, so it's fun to like see what's been added. And yeah, also lorem ipsum is also a good one if you're designing something with a lot of text and at the beginning you don't want to type all that in.
That's a good
way,
one.
Yeah, to get like a nice overview. But I think it's also important to type in like what you want that text to be, and maybe not use lorem ipsum for like everything at the beginning.
Yeah,
But
definitely in this stage, you want to
Mm-hmm.
make sure, you know, we're not just saying random title. We know it's going to be scuba skydiving.
Yeah,
It kind of just
exactly.
takes your design to another level,
Yeah.
and it helps those testing your application to ensure that it's working.
Yeah, true.
But for big body copy, it's definitely handy. Okay, so let's see. All right, we got our 3 screens here.
Oh, Mikhail is saying you need color grades to heart levels to distinguish it faster. So maybe different like thrill levels can have like a different color. So maybe at first glance, someone can say like, oh, maybe red is like super thrill, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's a good idea though.
Can we add a gradient on a line?
No.
No?
Well, if you have a
Maybe a really
rectangle,
thin rectangle.
you can, but not on a line or a border. Hopefully in the future they'll add that, because I've tried.
Okay.
I like designed like a lot of lines, and I wanted to have a cool gradient, and then I couldn't.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Let's try just the fill. So let's see, how do I add my gradient in here?
So if you click on the fill color,
Mm-hmm.
and then where it says solid color at the top, you can switch to linear gradient.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can drag and drop these 2 circles, or drag them.
The direction.
Yeah, so it's like this way.
Okay, so we start light, and then we're gonna go more insane. So this one, maybe we do more of like a magenta, and this one would be more of our neutral purple. Like so. And then maybe instead of the purple heart, we do this color.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that.
Great suggestion, guys.
Yeah, thank you. There's about 7 minutes left for the submission deadline. So if you've been working on today's XD Daily Creative Challenge, which is to prototype your designs for the music player app, make sure to get those in. All the information will be under the challenge tab on behance.net/live. And Jennifer and I can give you some feedback.
Can't wait to see
Yay,
them.
Me too.
All right, I like that idea.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Okay, well, let's change up everybody else's. We're gonna give everyone different levels. See, I loved how like this concept we liked at first and didn't quite work, but we just kept refining it to
Yeah,
find a
yeah.
way. And that's part of the whole design process.
Yeah.
Something might not work off right away, but instead of nixing it all together, like just work as a team to kind of figure out the best solution for it.
Yeah. And we love hearing your comments in the chat and your suggestions. And
Definitely.
so if you have any, please let us know.
Okay. Okay, Sarah's extreme. She's gonna go all the way. Jerry, not so much. And then we'll say Eliza. That's a pretty name.
Yeah. With auto animate, you can also do like, I don't know if this would be like too much interactions, but once you go to this screen, those hearts can like move with the lines.
Oh, that'd be
there's
neat.
like a lot you could do with auto animate. So
Fun.
yeah, we
like
can
that.
play around with that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. This looks good.
Yeah.
So let's take this
Cool.
idea to the homepage.
Ooh, Jessie loves the gradient.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I like this, and it also differentiates the adrenaline level from the experience level.
Yes,
So,
that's
yeah.
important because they're 2 different things. But now do we need a gradient for the experience level? Or no?
Oh.
Is that too much?
Let us know.
What do you guys think? Because you said it, you like that it's different. So for you, it told you that they're two different type of things.
Yeah.
So we'll think on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Great, great, great. So now let's go to our profile page. Thrill Seeker profile. We're gonna bring Bobby in. And then add a fill to the background to match the other pages. So this page is a little bit different, so let's ungroup it. Let's group this. And we'll bring our journal level down to the bottom. Copy here, some member since 2009. And we're gonna copy these headers that we have right here. Experience level. Adrenaline level. There. So let's bring this over here.
Masroor, so today we are reviewing the music player app for the XD Daily Creative Challenge. So he was asking if he could submit another application prototype, but for our stream we are focusing on today's daily challenge. So if you're still working on it and you're not done, because I know that it's not a lot of time, you can still submit it during the next 2 streams, and then they can review it at the end, or I can review it if you submit it during the 1 o'clock stream, so yes. So Mikhail is saying that he votes to get rid of one of the progress bars and use like easy, medium, hard for the experience level.
Yeah, easy, medium, hard. So it's more experience. So maybe like newbie, pro. So just words instead of a visual slider. Are you thinking just having words specifically?
Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah.
I think I like the visual slider. That kind of shows me how much experience they have, or like I have, I guess.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I want this to be a global app. You know, there's lots of ventures all over the world. We have clients from all over the world. So another good thing about having visual cues is you're avoiding the language barrier.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, because, yeah, and also other countries, maybe they might view like newbie as something else, or I don't know.
Exactly.
So words can be very difficult and
I think that's
translate.
the great part of visual design is like having colors to indicate certain ideas, symbols that indicate certain ideas, because that's universal.
Yeah.
You know, red's danger, stop, green is safe, go. Okay, so let's just make this a little more different variables. Okay, let's see. Certifications. Let's see. I don't know if Adobe stock has certification icons.
They might.
Let's see. Scuba certified. Or I think it's a Nowie. Let's try that. Oh. That's cool, but not quite what we need.
Yeah.
Let's type in Nowie.
What does Nowie mean?
Nowie is one of the organizations that gives you certification. So there's like
okay.
Nowie, Patty. They have their own curriculum
I
program to get certified.
Okay.
And certain countries respect certain certifications than others. So we might just have to go online to kind of get that.
So it's actually time to review the challenges that were submitted.
Great.
So we can move over to my screen and we can look at the submissions. Thank you to everyone who submitted.
Thank you.
I'm excited. So this one is by Dag Chan. Thank you for submitting. And I think there's an animation, so I'm going to reload.
Oh,
this.
great.
So you have 38 screens. That's amazing.
Wow.
Nice.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Good job.
Okay, so can log in. Ooh, that was
Neat.
really cool.
Very neat.
Enter email.
Great.
Ooh,
And go
okay, so I
back.
guess we should sign up.
Sign up. Okay.
Enter email.
Oh,
Wow.
That's
so
really
cool.
neat. How did you do that filter? I'm curious.
I think he used auto animate probably.
Okay. Auto
Yeah, let us
text in.
know if you're in the chat still.
So you probably have one screen that's blank, another one with the words, and then automatic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sign up.
This looks really good.
Ooh, nice scroll.
Very good.
Nice images. Let's click this one.
So I have a question. What's the little white bar on the bottom? Is that just part of the phone, or is that an actual slider? The one on the very, very bottom?
This bottom? Oh, it's part of the phone. So the iPhone X doesn't have a home button. So that's like the home slider. So you like slide it up to exit out of the app,
Gotcha.
basically.
I still have my old iPhone.
So nice.
That looks really great.
Yeah. Ooh, this is really cool.
Very good.
And you use dark UI, which is nice.
Yes. The
Oh, he's
animations are
saying-
good.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
He's saying he used auto animate and masks to do that. Awesome.
Good work.
Cool. Settings.
Lots of
and
work.
Dark.
Maybe my only
Oh,
suggestion.
cool.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of work.
What are you gonna say?
Oh, maybe my only suggestion is have the logout button a little bit higher. Give a little more space for your thumb to kind of
Yeah.
know where to click.
Yeah. that's a good
Otherwise, you might
suggestion.
click the slider, the player, and move that
Oh
positioning.
yeah. Might like change where the song is.
That's really
What's
neat.
this?
Dark and light mode.
Ooh. This is interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah, this is kind of neat.
Nice.
You know, because maybe for hip hop, you want the bass
Ooh.
up, you know?
Yeah.
For other stuff, jazz, you want to kind of like even.
Yeah, that's awesome. Search. You put a lot of work into this. That's really impressive. So
Great work.
Awesome job. You have so many screens.
For this screen, is there a reason why the whispers is a circle and the rest are kind of square?
Oh,
That would
yeah.
make me think that something else is going on with that artist. So maybe like you're playing that one right now.
Yeah. I think maybe they're trying to differentiate song, playlist, and artist. Because I think these are all songs.
Ah, gotcha.
But then playlist is also a square.
Mm-hmm.
So
carry it
Yeah.
out maybe. Have different shapes for each one.
Yeah.
Or, but it tells the user something's unique about this one. Pay attention
Yeah.
to it.
oh, I like how you did an overlay. You can go to that again. So the keyboard kind of like slides up.
That's really nice.
Nice. So I can search for my songs. This is awesome.
Good work.
I think let's
We still have more
see.
pages.
Yeah.
So
Playlist. Nice.
fantastic. Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
The little slide in.
This is so cool.
Very
Yeah, I
smooth.
really
Very
like
great
this.
work.
Awesome. Good job. Songs. I wonder what these 3 dots mean. Maybe if that's like more.
Maybe add to a
information.
playlist.
Yeah.
Maybe more information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would be curious as to what these means. And there's also like, I like down here you have search and what those icons represent. That's really important because not everyone's gonna know. So like me,
Exactly.
I'm a little confused at what these three represent. So maybe you can like, I don't know, it might be too difficult to write something underneath, but
I feel like the three dots is always kind of like a mystery. It's like settings,
Dot, dot,
more
dot. Yeah,
dot, dot,
you
dot.
never
What could
know.
it be?
Yeah. But overall, this is really, really good.
Great
Awesome
job.
job. And you included the light mode, which is nice. Yay.
Good job.
Good job. Thanks again for submitting. Awesome. So we have another one. This one's by Larissa. Thank you, Larissa,
Thank
for
you.
submitting. Ooh,
This looks really nice.
cool.
Great job staging.
Yeah.
A lot of times when you do visual design, companies want to see you take it all the way in, what it's going to look like at the end. So the staging of this is great.
Yeah. This is awesome.
And she has her
Ooh,
style guide.
This is
Perfect.
nice. I love this font.
Yeah, you mentioned that
I
yesterday.
did.
Maybe she took note.
Yeah. Yay. I like all the colors.
Colors look great.
Controls.
Mm-hmm.
This is awesome.
It's good to have your control styles in here too, because if you're having similar items used and you hand off your designs to a team, you want to make sure they're all consistent. So that's good.
Nice. Some icons,
Icons.
bars. These are all really nice.
Great job.
And buttons. I like how you included what the pressed would look like. That's really
Very important.
low fidelity screens. These are really good low fidelity screens.
They are.
I like this logo, the name.
Logo's neat. Yo, this screen's neat. I like how
Oh yeah.
the box that you're featured on is blown up a little bit more.
Yeah, I
so
like
as you
that.
kind of scroll,
Yeah.
that's a neat little interaction.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So what does the little headphones on the right
Yeah.
indicate?
I was
Maybe
wondering that too.
maybe that pop-up opens a player, like what you're listening to
Yeah,
currently,
maybe.
instead of having it on the bottom.
Ed Sheeran, yay! I love Ed Sheeran. She has all the songs of Sheeran.
Nice.
Yay. Cool. Albums, playlists. Ooh. I like how you, I'm
little
assuming
bio?
this is, maybe it's like lyrics? I don't know. So Spotify
yeah.
does like behind the lyrics on certain songs. So if you're
Ooh.
listening to a song, you can like swipe up. But also, so something that's like kind of tricky for iPhone X users is the swipe up to view like the lyrics is really close to that home bar.
Okay.
So sometimes you can exit out of the app because they made it really close. So it's kind of like,
A little tricky.
yeah, a little tricky, but it's really cool to learn more about the song and the artist and why
That is
they
neat.
wrote this song. So I really like looking at that. So
That's a
I feel
neat
like
feature.
maybe that's what this is. So I think that's really cool. And I like the...
That is neat. So is this the profile?
I think this is maybe like the song is playing. page.
Oh, gotcha. So maybe the song is playing, it's showing this way instead
Yeah.
of just straight across. This is good.
Albums. Ooh, and you have a user flow.
Very
That's
good.
Awesome.
So this is taking, like what I did, for example, my messy sketches and cleaning it up and handing it to somebody else so they can actually see
This is so cool.
all the different instances
Yeah.
of when you click on what and where's it going to go.
Yeah.
It's very good to see
Nice.
that thought process. So you know exactly
I
what
agree.
screens to design.
Yeah. This is awesome. Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Prototype.
Great. Songs are playing.
Cool.
I like how the screen's very clean. There's a lot of
Yeah.
space to cook. And you have most important buttons on the bottom where your thumb would be, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Nice.
Great work.
Cool. Oh, and you did like this little icon fixed so you can like scroll.
Oh,
That's really
click.
cool.
Can you click on it? Oh yeah, so
Oh,
it
yeah,
does go to the
is.
player.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. Yay.
Great,
Yeah, this
great
is
job.
awesome. Really good job. The menu. Ooh, and I like the drop shadow. This is really awesome.
It gives it some depth.
Yeah. Yay.
Great work.
Awesome. Thank you so much for submitting.
Thank you.
Yay. Let's see if there's anything else on this. So an overview, high fidelity screen.
Great, I love that.
Ooh, this is awesome.
That's very neat.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you're in the record store. You know, you're kind of flipping
just
through all your
flipping through.
records.
This is so cool.
I love it. I love the colors.
Me too.
Great job.
Yay. Good job.
We liked it.
Thank you. Yes. And then we have one more. So this one is from Keita, and so this is I think the beginning part of her challenge. So we can go through it
Okay.
really quickly. So this is her mood board for the music player app.
Very
So
nice.
the first like few days of this challenge was to kind of get started with this music player app and start a mood board, design system and everything, so we can take a look at how she got started with the Daily Creative Challenge. So
Great. It's good to see the whole
nice.
process.
Yeah. Light theme, dark theme. Nice.
Great,
And we
gives
have the
two options.
Character styles. This is really cool. Rubato.
Mm-hmm. My font.
Yay.
It's nice to have light and dark options too, because
Yeah.
everyone's eyes are a little bit different. I love to have a dark screen because I'm looking at the computer all the time anyway. So whenever I can have a chance to flip, it's easier on my eyes. But some people don't have great eyesight, so they like the big bright. So it's nice to accommodate all your users.
I agree. Nice. So yeah, I like how you have different like, options for light and dark.
Makes it feel personalized.
Yeah. Nice. Normal press disabled.
Good job.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Can we go back on that one? I would
Okay.
maybe say switch the pressed and normal. Because when you have the pressed on the hover, it almost seems like the button's up.
Oh,
But if you, press it down,
go
maybe the
down.
press state could be like caved in, like a button, you know? So
That-
maybe just
that's a
flop
good
the two.
point. Yeah. But I think the idea is like.
Yeah, the
still
idea's
really
there.
good. Yeah. So I think this is just the iPhone. Ooh,
Okay.
Logo development
Great.
board. This is awesome.
Ooh, so many ideas here.
Let's see. These are all really cool.
They are very
Yeah.
cool. I love this W with the box on the far left.
This one? Yeah, that one's really cool.
And I also love this too.
Me too.
I'm wondering if you're going to incorporate that with the W somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe the W's all white and you just have the line work in the middle, masked to the middle.
Yeah, like something similar to this. I think in this instance, it's a little hard to read the word waves in front of that, but maybe like just the W.
Just the W.
Like kind of like this, but
Yeah.
maybe with no lines. But this is awesome.
This looks great.
Yeah, this shows a lot of like your thought process and your working process and going through all these different ideas and then like finally leading up to what you
Exactly.
use, so.
Because you have to put it all on paper and then weed them out and refine.
Yeah, so this is really great.
Good job.
Yay. Oh, I think this is
Yeah,
maybe
that's what she did.
came.
Good.
Nice, yay. So this is awesome. Thank you, Keita. I hope you continue to work on this project and keep submitting them. You can share them on the XD Slack channel as well if you want more feedback as you progress. And if you haven't started the challenge, you can. And
Join
you can
in.
find information on behance.net/dailycreativechallenge. So I highly recommend everyone join in. It's really fun. It's a great way to practice your design skills and get more familiar
Get
with
feedback.
XD. Yeah, and get
Yes.
feedback. And there's a great community on the Slack channel, so
Yes, everyone on the Slack channel is great.
yeah.
Lots of feedback.
Awesome. So thank you everyone for submitting. If you're still working on your submissions, you can submit them during the next 2 streams and get feedback then. So,
Great.
yay.
Good job.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think we were looking for certification, so let me just save this image. Now we. Okay. Can you just I'm wondering if you just import a image straight in there. You have to kind of. There we go. Let's import. Nowie. Great. So we'll just do one for example. And I'm sure there's certifications for different thrills, but for now we'll just do scuba. And then this guy's name is Bobby, so let's change this. Bobby. That's great work. I'm impressed by everyone's
Too.
submissions.
Yeah.
So they started 2 days ago? Yesterday?
I think this challenge started, let's see, on February 19th, so last Tuesday.
Okay.
So they've come a long way since then, so awesome job.
Great job. Okay. We're gonna edit this one. Just have it regular. Great. So the reason this is kind of going behind it is I have it stuck to the bottom. So when you actually play it, kind of does this little number.
We're blocking.
Oh.
But it's okay.
Oh. Okay, let's see. And then we have a box where we can add their images of their own adventure. So Bobby is a scuba diver, so maybe we'll just add some more scuba images from here. Ungroup them, right?
I think so. Yes.
Let's get rid of all these. And then we're gonna go to our libraries, OpenCC libraries. Okay. Let's see. Bobby likes to do a couple of other sports. Let's dump him in. Bobby's extreme.
He is.
Right, did I say his level's high? Yep, it's pretty high. Okay. Let's see what else. Oh, that's almost the same one. Okay, and then let's see. Great.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna have just a little, let's give this a little more space actually. From the top. And then this guy, we don't want him to move. Keep the footer exactly where we want it. Okay. We got a couple layers here. And then the background needs to have its fill to match the other pages. And we're ready in messaging, so we don't want to message them again, but we do want to keep the heart because we might want to make them our favorite. And get rid of that. Let's make Bobby.
Mikhail is suggesting to draw a heart in a helmet to show the maximum adrenaline level.
I like that. I feel like that's the most fun feature. Everyone's giving so many suggestions for that, that one. And then say what your own profile would look like. You can use this. Use this one, actually. Make sure it's the same size. So the chat, two-way chat from you to Bobby. And maybe this fill can match bars that we have on the box. So cool. Great. And then the type. Maybe that's too light. Let's do a new one. Character style. And let's make it a little bit darker. So I'm just matching all the fonts And then since we're gonna kind of flip the alignment so you know who's talking. Great. And this one we'll have, okay.
Cool.
And then, oh, so here's our little say something bar. This is where you would just type and then send. It's not a symbol, okay, good. I don't want to change anywhere else. Great. So this actually, it's too bright. It's white and then this purple muted color and then it goes back. So I feel like that might be too confusing. So maybe all the chats could be the same light purple and the white search bar could remain very clean. Let's do that. So since we have the little triangle on the side, that'll just indicate where we are. Okay. Good. Last page is our all chats. Let's change this up a little bit so we have some mails in here. So we'll go to our favorite new plugins, Content UI Faces. Okay. Now our names, let's do some female names. Female, line it on the left, move it over, and actually, let's make Bobby's name style. And let's make our background fill, set that so we can see what we're designing. Okay, and too many John Does. We've got to change the male names now. Go back to our plugins. Content generator, male. Left align. And location. Country. I want to make sure this is the style that we're going to be consistent with as well. So here we go. And left align. So I don't even know where this location is. Jamar Lest?
I have no idea.
I have no idea where that is. Awesome.
Yay.
Okay. So now we have a couple windows. Let's see. So one thing I was thinking about, we talked about, let's look at our prototype real quick. You search by location, you know, your zoom. Once you get to a certain spot, you get little profiles. Originally I was thinking we would have background images, but if someone does multiple thrills, that might not work after all. So I'm kind of thinking maybe we need to nix this page altogether and have them go to a page, just this page.
Yeah, I think so too. And it makes it like simpler. And
yeah, and it's something you're already familiar with,
yeah,
so you're not
exactly.
designing another screen. The user has to guess like what screen they're on again.
Yeah, true.
So that was something we decided day one, and after testing it out, it doesn't really work. So let's have it relink. So when we prototype here, zoom in, and also go here. Okay.
So we are almost out of time for today.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe you can do a quick overview of what you designed and give everyone a little intro to what you'll be working on tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. So today we talked about quickly agile design and testing your concepts and revising that. We talked about mood boarding and how that sets the tone, imagery, content, texture for your UI design. And then we talked about how to start applying that across your screen. So that's kind of what we're doing today. Tomorrow I will finish this up and we will work on prototyping and creating those really fun transaction and window slides and then testing it on the mobile device.
Ooh, I'm really excited. And I'm excited to see how it'll look on the phone too. So
I'm excited too. Especially I'll see in the daily challenges, you guys have some really neat interaction. So
Exactly, and actually tomorrow we're going to be doing portfolio reviews. So if you want
Great.
your portfolio to be reviewed from Behance, stick around for tomorrow. You'll have a chance during all 3 streams to get your portfolio reviewed. So definitely make sure to come back and stay tuned. We'll have Jill and Danielle coming up next. Thank you to everyone in the
Thank you,
chat
everybody.
for joining us and asking us questions. And we'll see you tomorrow.
see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.